All right, so at this speech we will be talking about AI. I usually start my speeches and actually trainings, if you experience some of my talent sourcing training, I was usually predicting what the future is actually bringing us in terms of technology and how we actually use it in talent acquisition or human resources in general. Now it's a great time that we can actually apply a lot of these technologies right now into our processes. Before COVID, we thought that recruitment will look like this, that we will come into the training room or recruitment room and we will see some kind of robot which will be doing interview with us. The problem is that COVID kind of changed also how we communicate. There are a lot of Zoom calls, right, Teams calls, etc. And we don't use it. So as you can see, we cannot totally predict where we are going. Anyway, there are currently things like, for example, AI vision. Yeah? If you experience AI vision, for example, in ChatGPT, it can be Google Gemini as well. You can just upload there a picture and you can ask what's on the image. Yeah? Here I'm asking like what's on the image and it can say there is some men, some women, etc. Yeah? You can, for example, ask how many of those are men, etc. Yeah? Which is okay. The question is how we can utilize this for recruitment. The better application of this AI vision is for handwritten text. Recognition of the handwritten writing is actually done better by AI than by real humans. Yeah? Currently, this skill, AI is actually beating us in this. So imagine we got like one recruiter at our company and he's really great. IT recruiter, really great guy, but he's putting his notes from the interview on paper. Which is the problem, when you want to digitalize something, when you want to apply AI, etc., that's the problem. But with this, for example, we can take some of those notes, like he can finish the interview, he got notes on paper, he just take the picture, upload it into black box of AI, and this is the results. On the left side, you can see ChatGPT results, on the right side, Google Palm results. So as you can see, it can pretty well identify from things like this, it can pretty well identify what you meant, even by different kind of things where you put, for example, some technology, you put there 8 out of 10. It's clear for AI that you are talking about experience. Yeah? Here, for the first time, it said evaluator signature because it thought that this signing there, it's a signature. But if I ran the prompt another time, it did it right, good presentation skills, noted during the interview, which was probably what I meant. Yeah? As you can see, it's probabilistic. It's like putting the same prompt. If I put something into ChatGPT, and you will put it there as well, we will have different outputs, right? So it works on the same basis. So as you can see with this, even if here you can use it for some kind of classification, not only like digitalize some notes, but you can, for example, ask, I need to put this candidate into my ATS. I just need to select keywords which I can put to the candidate. Yeah? It can be, for example, done as well. Even if you have some like rough handwriting, even this was basically recognized by 100% preciseness. Yeah? There is just one glitch in the email address, but otherwise it's really precise. Yeah? So in this, we can see how AI actually is improving, let's say, our lives in a way that if you are used to having, for example, writing down the notes, which is kind of a bad habit in terms of like how to digitalize things, we can actually, with AI, we can coordinate it. With face recognition is actually AI as well, and some of you maybe use it even now for recruitment. Imagine you got some profile and you want to find, this is a friend of mine, Patrick, and you want to find other profiles of Patrick somewhere else. Maybe Patrick is on GitHub, maybe on Facebook, anywhere else. Yeah? What's usually the common denominator of us in the digital space? It's our face. Patrick probably doesn't have the very same picture on his Instagram or Facebook or GitHub. But definitely, if he got a picture there, it will be his picture, right? So what if there is a technology which you can use, and this technology will do a research on the internet and will find you a person with some face. So that's, for example, PimEyes, PimEyes.com. You can just upload a picture of someone, of some face. It's directly for faces. So as you can see on the top, there is the small black and white picture. That's his LinkedIn picture. And I can see on the internet where he got some of the presents based on the face. It works well in the real environment, like physical environment. Yeah? I can take picture like for example, right now I can take a picture like that. If you got some like digital footprint, if you are not like my grandmother, like without anything, right? I will probably find you and I will identify you. This is this person. Yeah? So here, a friend of mine at Starbucks, I took a picture from a really difficult angle, right? From profile, and it can immediately say like, this is his presence, and I can easily find out what he's doing. Things like these messages, yeah, we are, for the past 10 years, we are sending to candidates different kind of video messages because it works. Yeah? For IT candidates, having a response rate 59%, it's great. Yeah? It's brilliant. Yeah? The thing is now that, for example, in China, when you watch TV news, you see this guy. I don't know even if the guy exists. It's AI. Yeah? If you are in Korea, they got digital twins of the real anchors, TV news anchors. Yeah? So only maybe some important news are done by the real person. Otherwise, the routine is done by artificial intelligence. This, maybe 3 months ago, is possible that you can do it, let's say, almost for free as well. I will try to play this video.
Shia, Budapest, José Kadlec Vágyok, Avadona Tui, HR, Robo Sapiens, Könyv Szerzője, Ameliet Óriások, mint a Microsoft, as IBM.
So, as you can see, I was talking Hungarian. I don't speak Hungarian. They told me it's pretty good. And that's what you can do right now. So with technology like it's called HeyGen, you can create so-called instant avatar. And it can be whatever. It can be you are sitting on the chair in your office. You take 2 minutes of your talking in any language, in absolutely any language. You can be talking Hungarian. And then you will do simply text-to-speech. So you will upload there any text in any language. It can be Chinese. And it will be talking with your voice, like it will clone your voice. And of course, it cloned the mimic and everything. So now we are in the phase that we are preparing that all of our recruiters, they will have their digital twins in our database. So once you receive, as a candidate, you receive a message from our recruiter, maybe it will be already the artificial intelligence. It will not be the real recruiter. It's not only for these messages like that you want to lure the candidate into the process. It can be used for things like, hey, candidate, tomorrow you got the interview and prepare for that and this and this and this. But it will be done with the face of the recruiter the candidate actually knows. And for you as a company, it will be on autopilot. You don't care about it. It will happen automatically on the background. There are some other things like real-time translation, for example. So you will be talking with a candidate, you will be talking Hungarian, he will be talking Czech, for example, or she will be talking Czech, you will understand each other. So as you can see, to some extent, the AI, because it can go and flow between these different formats, languages, etc. That's, I would say, a good description of how it works. We can be kind of like closer, right? But the opposite side is also that it's creating kind of like a global competition even higher. Yeah? You cannot hide here because it's Hungarian market, because even the China person can currently and suddenly speak Hungarian. Yeah? So that's the, I would say, the threat of that. Yeah? So yeah, me originally, I'm a former software engineer. This is, unfortunately, it's not AI. It's a real picture from like back then. And I kind of started to implement these techniques into recruitment. Yeah, sorry, you wanted to take the picture? I don't know why. Like. And currently we will have a 10 years anniversary with Good Call, where these are our talent sources and recruiters, and we basically do recruitment. We do embedded recruitment, RPO recruitment, and part of that is our recruitment software business, DataCruit, and of course, Recruitment Academy, where we train people. Maybe one of the things, I'm also doing things for social talent, mainly the talent sourcing. But of course, the new thing is the HR Robo Sapiens. I heard that someone wants some books here before. And that's, I would say, 3 months old book, where I try to describe how you individually, without any software engineers, anything, you individually, without asking anybody, without, let's say, asking your boss, how you can utilize AI in your daily practice of a recruiter, talent sourcer, HR marketer, etc. Yeah. I managed to get some reviews from people which you maybe know, Katrina Collier, Hang Lee, Jim Stroud, and of course, the major AI players on the market like Microsoft, IBM, Tesla, etc. So this is what I do right now because, of course, the hype is there, and I'm kind of implementing this in our organization as well, not only for our clients. So I would like to answer here the question, why hasn't the recruiter or talent sourcer been replaced by a robot yet? Yeah, that's usually the question which I get. There is a company, 11x.ai, and their ambition is basically to totally replace a recruiter, replace a recruiter. For me, the problem is, in the practical way, that recruitment is really complex. This is just a simplified version of that. We start with some job description, maybe then there is some talent sourcing, regardless it's over job advertisement or some like outbound talent sourcing, some candidate matching, which you normally do with a human force. There is a lot of communication with candidates, right? Like back and forth, follow-ups, etc. Interviews, decision, maybe then onboarding. We looked at this process and we said, yeah, that's really complex. Even if, as we have split talent sourcing and recruitment, even talent sourcing, it's still really, really complex. So we said, okay, we got here the large language models, the AI. What are the quick wins? And one of the very first feature we implemented is that when you do interview with a candidate, you basically need to sit down and write some saying about the candidate from his CV, from interview notes for your hiring manager, right? So we basically took this, and it's just working with the language. You already got the information in the interview notes. You got the information in the LinkedIn profile, etc. So our recruiters just click what they want to put into the, let's say, report about the candidate. They just click, and in a few seconds, they got the report. They just read it and maybe do some tweaks and send it, basically. So imagine if our recruiter got, for example, 5 CV outs per week. Normally, the person would spend 20, 30 minutes on one. So that's a huge saving. The similar thing is with the job descriptions. It's also language-oriented. So there is not just ChatGPT. As you can see here, now you can use, it's really changed since the last year, yeah, because there are a lot of open source large language models, yeah, like Llama, for example, Mistral, etc. You can basically install them on your computer as well. You don't need to use ChatGPT. Of course, we like ChatGPT because it's kind of fine-tuned. It do a lot of things in a good quality, but not every time it's necessary to use it. So some of you will use ChatGPT, some of you will use Copilot. Yeah, it will be now implemented everywhere. Some of you will use some kind of button in your ATS, and you don't even know that there is AI underneath, and it will be doing this thing. I think a nice explanation of how these large language models works, I think it's really important to grasp this. Otherwise, you will be doing some kind of, I would say, unexpected mistakes. So I put here, Terminator said, hasta la vista. That's the prompt. I hit enter, and it put there baby and some translation. If I click on the baby in this, that's basically ChatGPT paid version, where I can see these probabilities. You can see that the baby, the token, the word baby, is there with 90% probability. So once every 10 enters, I would get something else. Yeah. So it just predicts the next and next word in when we simplified it. So then, of course, when you ask something like act as a recruiter and create a job description of the job role DevOps engineer, you cannot expect that it will be the most generic job description of DevOps engineer which is out there. It will basically take every DevOps engineer's specs and job descriptions, and it will take what's usually used. If you want to do it more unique, of course, you need to put there something which is yours. Yeah? Create a job description of DevOps engineer, but we focus on Azure, we do this, we do that. And of course, in that way, it will be way more personalized for your company and for that task. AI is really good not only in cloning your voice, not only in cloning, for example, your face, but also cloning a text style. Imagine that you can, for example, say, rewrite this job description which I have in the style of Netflix. Maybe you like Netflix job descriptions. But here you need to be thinking, are there like on the internet like Netflix job descriptions? Netflix is a big company, so probably yes. Yeah, probably yes. If you want to copy the style, for example, of your company, maybe there is insufficient data on the internet, and it's not possible to do it. But you can, for example, do it's a little bit like misleading. It's called GPT, but it's a feature of ChatGPT, where you can create like a custom GPT, and in this file, as you can see, here is the file, the doc. You just open the Microsoft Word document, and you put there 20 of your job descriptions, which you like, or which you want to copy the style of. You will put it there, you can predefine some functions, and this is my custom ChatGPT where I just click on create new job description for this company, which is called Satoshi Labs. And it will be asking you, so what experience do you want? What are the requirements, etc., etc. It will be asking you, but the result will be that it will look like your other job descriptions of your company. Because internet, let's say internet data for this GPT is just this doc document. It's not the internet. It doesn't go anywhere else. So in this way, you can copy the style of your job descriptions, of your LinkedIn post, of someone else, for example, of course. Yeah. So, of course, with this, then we are, for example, now implementing the feature where you got just the talk with your hiring manager. And the hiring manager is telling you, I need a DevOps engineer, he should be doing this and that. We just click on the button, it will transcribe to a text, and it will transcribe to a job description. So just from the intake meeting with the hiring manager, you can create the job description automatically. Yeah? So it's just a question what you will put as the input. And of course, the actions doesn't need to be just create. It can be like condense, translate, rephrase, make it formal, humanize, yeah, and whatever else. In talent sourcing, there is a problem. PeopleGPT should be some kind of like ultimate talent sourcing AI tool, but for us, it doesn't work. Yeah? Simply, it doesn't do it properly because we know that talent sourcing is difficult. Yeah? There are just the numbers, which some of you maybe know from before. But if I'm looking for some people, as you can see here in this case, I need to approach over 300 people. Yeah? Because I need to go to LinkedIn, because I need to go to GitHub, because I need to go and do it properly on GitHub in terms of, for example, location. I need to go to Stack Overflow, maybe do face image search. Yeah? So as you can see, it's really complicated. So not for every task, AI is, let's say, a great solution. But still, even here, you are the orchestrator. You know how, for example, sourcing for this role on the Hungarian market should be done, because you know that, for example, LinkedIn is the major one, etc., etc., etc. You know what to do, and for the subtasks of this, you will use AI. So you know that, for example, if you are looking for Linux administrators, you need to use also Unix. You need to use also, for example, RHEL or Red Hat Enterprise Linux. SUSE Linux maybe, etc., etc. So you can act as a recruiter, what keywords should I use to search a candidate for this job role on LinkedIn, and you put there the copy of the JD, and it will tell you some keywords. Or you know that you need to put it properly into LinkedIn, you need to know the synonyms for the role network security architect. Or give me the list of job roles in Hungarian, because you know that when you are looking for whatever role, it can be accountant, right? In Hungarian, the accountant will be a different word. And you can tell to AI to create a proper Boolean string from that. Even with this, as you can see, it's in a little bit different format, because when you use the free version of LinkedIn, you cannot put there a long Boolean structures. So still, maybe some more examples. This is with the Linux. What are other Linuxes in the Linux family? What are the synonyms for the IT security? And for example, what are the IT security certifications? Yeah, you know that sourcing by certification, even if for the accountants like ACCA, FCCA, it works nicely for IT security people, but maybe you don't know now what are actually the the certifications. So as you can see, this is exactly the way where the AI can be like your buddy. Yeah? It's your buddy sitting next to you. You know what to do. You are the orchestrator, but you are asking, hey, do this for me, do that for me. Yeah? And in the same way, like medical staff, for example, work with AI. Yeah? I mean, like researchers and scientists, etc. Yeah? Without that, some of them can do their like life work within their lives. As I mentioned, you don't need to use ChatGPT for some tasks because, to be honest, like based on GDPR and these things, you shouldn't be putting, for example, someone's LinkedIn profile into ChatGPT. Just this, yeah. But you can, for example, use Ollama, or I will show you another one, where I can run some kind of, it's not GPT, it's another large language model, and I can run it on my computer. Yeah, this is running on my computer, and I'm asking, I'm providing their job description, and I'm providing their LinkedIn profile, and I'm asking if this LinkedIn profile is suitable for this role. Yeah, so the last starting based on the job description is the output of the AI, where it's giving me 3 reasons why this candidate is or is not suitable for the job role. So again, I don't want AI to decide about if this candidate is yes or no for the role. I want some hints. Hey, give me some hints. Why should I hire this one? This is job role, this is his profile or her profile. Tell me some reasons. And based on that, I can make the decision. Just few things about some pictures. So we are not only in text. This is done, for example, with DALL-E. So this is DALL-E paid version, ChatGPT, and you can do it here. So as you can see, there are various ways how you can create AI images. If you are into it a lot, like into graphics, you will probably use Midjourney. I like DALL-E because it works on the basis of your body. Yeah? So I will create, for example, this box, and I will say, I don't like the colors. Do the same, but put it into orange colors. Do it in different, for example, do it like a square. Yeah? So it's the chat, and I'm just telling what to do with that, and I will iterate into some output which I want. Still, there is a problem. Here, one thing where historically people like Stalin, they wanted to change the history, right? And they were, for example, deleting people from the pictures, yeah, from the photos, which for that time, if you look at it technically, it was quite difficult. Yeah. Now, of course, some people also tell me like, yeah, we got like people in our career videos on our website, they don't work here anymore. Like what to do with them? So of course, with static images, it's simple. Yeah, you just want to erase someone. You can open cleanup.pictures. That's the website, cleanup.pictures, for free, and you can just select it basically, and it will disappear. Yeah, so not a problem. The similar thing actually you can do with videos as well. Yeah, with a different tool. I don't have it here, but you can erase people from a video. That's possible as well. Yeah, so that's a game changer. What's the problem as well with these Midjourney, DALL-E, etc., is that you cannot upload your face into it, or it doesn't work properly. So, for example, with our company, we try to keep a unified style of our images of our people on LinkedIn. So these are the real images. Yeah, but it's tough. Yeah, you know still some new joiners, we have different branches, yeah, etc. So it's kind of like, I would say, expensive, yeah, not up to date, etc. Yeah? So with AI, you can take, this is Patrick, you know him already from before. The first one is a current LinkedIn picture. The other pictures, just random amateurish pictures from the internet. And I can create for him like his professional photo easily. Yeah, this is Patrick. Yeah, he told me that he looks like more like him now on these pictures than on the real one. So, yeah. So now you can choose the style. You can create and clone everyone in your company, and of course the style can be something like that. Yeah. So it can be anything. So if you want to do it, you can use some of these. For the pictures which you just saw, I used the Remini mobile application. So This is what you cannot properly do, for example, in Midjourney or ChatGPT. Yeah? It will not reflect exactly like your face. Yeah? That's one of the problems which you cannot do. Okay, so conclude on this why we cannot replace currently recruiter like immediately. I think like in general it would be possible, but not right now, because recruitment and talent sourcing is too complex task. There are some concepts like, for example, AutoGPT, where, as you can see, I'm hiring the role for a CFO in Barcelona, prepare me a recruitment strategy for this role. So I put it like a big task, and it will break down what should be done automatically. Yeah? So there are some concepts for this, like how to, I would say, in general, how to substitute the whole, replace the big tasks. But the problem with the recruitment, etc., is that there must be a lot of data. The AI must learn from some data. Yeah, so we need to provide it with data. Even the full interviews can be, in general, can be replaced. The problem is that none of you probably got 10,000 interviews recorded, etc. We don't have the data. Yeah? Now we're realizing we don't have the data, and we are starting to collect them, because from the data we can then use AI, and for example, we can replace even the interviews. Yeah? I'm curious if we will call a recruiter not doing interviews still the recruiter. Yeah, that's the question. Another margin to error is avoiding a reasonable usage. I would say it's connected with the next one, that if we can replace, for example, talent sourcer, or recruiter, we can replace only like average or below average a recruiter. For some companies, it's okay, yeah, because, for example, they got average recruiters anyway, right? So they don't want to be like now using AI for top recruiters. Yeah? So for us, for example, we are thinking the way that we also have like the full scale of experience at our company. So if we can, with AI, replace, let's say, average sourcer, perfect, because for some engagements, it's okay. Some engagements can be finished with average sourcer. But when it's necessary to put there some, let's say, more expert like effort into it, someone else, like the human power, will come and will do it, let's say, manually. Yeah, but the first part, the average part, will be done automatically by AI. And we don't have enough data. That's what I mentioned right now. For a lot of things, we don't have data. So that's why we are not able to do things. And sometimes, of course, it doesn't make sense economically to do it, yeah, because we are now, for example, working on candidate matching on the basis that you take your job description, you throw it into your database, and it will automatically give you the results. No people like involved in that process. Yeah? But of course, for that, there are a lot of premises which you need to do. There is some programming, etc. But still, there is this economical question, if it makes sense economically. Still, even with the feature I mentioned, there are like glitches, right? If the AI cannot recognize Chihuahua and some kind of muffin, that's the problem. So that here, similar example with a cow. With your common sense, you know that there are probably 2 cows, right? But the AI thinks that there is a cow which is 5 meters long. That's why you need to check the outputs, yeah? Especially, of course, in cases when it can lead to some problems. Yeah? Sometimes when you know that I'm using, for example, a lot of automation even on LinkedIn, and I know that sometimes it will do a crappy job, and 1 message out of 20 will be, there will be some glitch. Can I handle it? Can I afford it? Probably yes. Yeah. What can happen? Yeah. So, but if you are doing like a brief about a candidate to your hiring manager, you do this just 3 times a month, for example, you will probably read what the AI created before you send it, right? And there is also a higher chance that there will be some glitches. All right, that's it. HR Robo Sapiens. And yeah, that's what I think how we should kind of like blend or build on top of the technology, not thinking about replacing, but how to work with the technology to be better. Thank you very much. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, of course.